Consider supporting Archaeosoup on Patreon for as little as $1 per month. Link available in the video description. Thank you.
Did you know? Cheese. At Archaeosoup Towers, we love cheese.
That's it, cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese.
Mrs. Soup and I saw in the new year, indeed the new decade, with a cheese feast at a friend's house, though not everyone in the family likes cheese. My uncle, for example, is not allergic to, but really doesn't like cheese. "I nearly died just then," my uncle once said when someone handed him a cheese sandwich. My favourite cheese is Caerphilly. Not only does it come from a town with a very cool castle, it has a crumbly texture and a tangy flavour that's delicious. It's very similar to Cheshire cheese. Archaeologists use cheese, or specifically the lipid residue of cheese and dairy products on Neolithic pottery, to track the progress of dairy farming across the world. Recently, for example, it was shown that Neolithic children were being fed animal milk via baby bottles of sorts, thanks to fragments of pottery with lipid residue on them. And of course, in 2018, Egyptologists announced to the world they had found a solidified whitish mass in a jar that turned out to be cheese. Apparently, even when fresh, the 3,200-year-old piece of cheese would have had a really, really acidy flavour. And crucially, researchers found traces of a bacterium that can cause an infectious disease known as brucellosis, a result of consuming unpasteurized dairy products that can cause fever, sweating and muscle aches. That sounds even more dodgy than my granddad's penchant for mouldy cheese. Not blue cheese, mind, I like blue cheese. Mouldy cheese. That said, it's still not the most dangerous cheese in history. In 1841, Argentina and Uruguay were fighting over access to the Rio de la Plata. There were blockades, daring running missions, and sea skirmishes. And in one battle, one of the crews had used up all of the cannonballs and munitions for their cannons. The enemy captain smugly spied across the waves expecting to see a flag of surrender, but could scarcely believe what happened next. The resourceful sailors had resorted to anything they could lay their hands on, including cheese. Yes, cannonballs made of Edam were fired that day, and 2 men lost their lives as a result. So, for my money, Edam is not only a cheese that is made backwards, it is also deadly. Perhaps my uncle was onto something after all. Blimey, that's disturbing.